Hey guys, this is Markuis for CardRunners.com, and today I'm going to be making a bit of a different video, and I'm going to be reviewing CardRunners instructor Balbomb. He's going to try his hand at heads up. The left table is a really coordinated table, and the left table is a really coordinated board, and we just have no piece of it whatsoever. So I would just check back and give up. And I'd still give up on this turn, but if I decided to bet, I would definitely bet the river. I don't think a turn and river bet is a bad line at all, just because he'll have a lot of just lone diamonds or random stuff that doesn't want to call two streets. But as it played out, I would definitely fold. I would call on the right table and just check call on this flop. So the guy on the right table definitely doesn't seem great given the way the Jack-4 hand played out. I mean, he bet flop and turn, I think, with second pair, pretty weak kicker, which is a tendency that weaker players tend to have. And given the fact he's not pot controlling stuff, I would not check call him super wide, so maybe a hand like king high, whereas I might check call it on the flop against some players. I wouldn't check call as much against him. And also I wouldn't check raise bluff him as much on flops without planning to follow through, just because he'll have more pairs to continue with than someone else might, who would be pot controlling. Yeah, I think the left table's a good check raise. Nine three's a little bit loose, but I think it's fine, especially since our opponent's been playing pretty snug. And I would definitely value bet this river. Given the way he played the Jack-4, it doesn't seem like he has a pair too much. I wouldn't have bet that large, I don't think. Just because it seems like he would mostly bet his pairs on the turn. So if he's going to call us, it'll probably be a pretty weak hand. And I think I'd rather bet a little bit smaller to kind of coerce him into a call with a 5x or a 4x. Fortunately, he folds. There's not too much for us to be bluffing with there, other than busted clubs or spades. The left table, I would have bet the turn. Oh, sorry. For some reason, I thought we had queen 10 on the left table. But yeah, I would have just checked it. And on this river, I think I would value bet, but it's kind of thin. He just has a lot of 7-6s, even 9s that play this way. And I think it's more of a fold on this river than a non-bet. I mean, you're definitely not beating any of his value range. I think I'd still call. Yeah, I would still call, I think, just because he should not really have too much for value. He should bet an 8 on the turn and a flush draw earlier. So he really only has two pair with a queen. I don't think he value bets even an ace-queen type hand too often. So I think I'd call, but I'd rather bet. Oh wow, that's a really strange line by our opponent. I mean, I think the value bet's okay, but it's strange that he decided to wait until the board got as scary as possible, basically, to put in a value bet. So he's definitely checking back a lot of top pairs on flops, and I would lead into him quite a bit. And I wouldn't give his c-bets much credit at all. The right table, I think I'd bet. I think check calling's okay too. I would c-bet on the left table. It's not that coordinated a board, and we have some backdoor outs. Now it just got a lot more coordinated. I think I'd probably just try and show down jack high. It'll be good sometimes. And we've called him down a couple times now, so he might be shying away from bluffing us. So I think trying to get some hands to show down becomes a more viable line. So we bet the turn after the flop went check through, I think, and now we're betting the river, and I think that's perfectly fine. I don't think he ever folds a 10, but I think he has a lot of ace-x's and other spades. You know, if he has a hand like queen 9 with a spade, we don't really want to check against it because he'll bluff us off the best hand some of the time. We don't really want to check call with king 8 either. So I think, yeah, sometimes when he folds, we'll have had the best hand anyways, but I think I'd still rather bet against those hands, and he can definitely fold some ace highs or maybe pocket 2s or a king jack with a spade or something. But he calls, and yeah, he's never going to fold a 10, but I think he has other stuff.